Welcome back to the show, everybody. You know who it is. I'm of course the one on the triple, the G.O.D. And you were you, and you are live right here with us, right here on Team GRF TV. And I'd like to welcome you guys back to another episode of the collection. And yo, you saw what this collection is. You know how it's going down. Let's get to some immediate business, and we're gonna get to the work you came here for. Yo, I have got to give props to your 1, 2, 3 full time combo breaker bloody roar extreme world champion. That boy Jeremiah Isaiah, aka Jerry the OG. Yo, shout out to Dizzy Pink, shout out to Dassy Bro, shout out to Don pressing the buttons. The two of y'all gave me some heart attacks because I'm like, I was on the edge of my seat in that grand finals. Holy shit. Look, I'm finna say this and we finna keep it moving. If you are in the sound of my voice and the VOD for that top four is available, you need to watch you some good ass bloody roar because it will get you in the mood to get into what we're about to do right here. Because yo, that'll give you a reason to understand why people are ready to sit up here and have been always and continue pouring their hearts out about why they want it. Maybe seeing people fight at the highest level of some of the best bloody roar I've ever seen in my life will get you in the mood. So I'll give you a moment to pause it, which will be now. Did you watch it? Did you already watch it? Did you come back? Yeah, you probably did. I'm going to trust that you did. Really quickly, give a shout out to me. You know what I'm saying? I did that unofficial, unsanctioned, bloody roar extreme intro, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just trying to stretch my legs, just trying to do new and fun stuff. So, you know what I'm saying? You might get a lot more of that from me. And if you need me to narrate your stuff, yo, I got good rates. But anyway, let's get to what we got going on. Konami, let's talk. We need a bloody roar collection, but I think you've heard that for the past couple of years through all the hoaxes and all the craziness. This community wants, needs, and deserves this collection. A way for these games to be preserved, a way to enjoy these games, and a way to continue the legacy of a series that has brought so much. So with all of that being said, I would like to present to you the Saga of Beastorizer, the Bloody Roar collection, which includes all 5 games in the series: Bloody Roar, Bloody Roar 2, Bloody Roar 3, Bloody Roar Extreme and Primal Fury, and Bloody Roar 4. You can go ahead and you can bring it back to me. So, now that we know what the Saga of Beastorizer is, what does this collection need to do? How can we realistically get this? What can we do? And again, how? Why? Who, what, where, when, why, how? Shout out to Linda Ellaby. Which one of y'all know about Linda Ellaby? Anyway, references to Nickelodeon aside, let's get to work here. So, we got 5 games. We need to get this in the collection, but we need to set some standards and some boundaries and realistically think about this. Let's start with this. Let us say the Saga of Beastorizer can't be quite collected the way that you would want it to be. What is preservation in that matter? Well, we got 4 PlayStation games, so I guess your answer to that is somebody put them on PS Classics with the rewinds and the trophy features and all of that stuff that come with those things. And then you got preservation. I'm like, I pay good money to play Bloody Roar 2 on a PS5. I really would. I got money. I can do that. I have no issue with that for 1 or 3 or even 4, which we will talk about later. But preservation in that instance is simple. If we're not talking about the collection, I didn't leave out Primal Fury or Extreme though, because if you have a Japanese Nintendo account which got some online attached to it when that Switch 2 come out, if Konami decides they want to, they could put Bloody Roar Extreme over there on that GameCube service, and then boom, internet enabled Bloody Roar Extreme. You have literally solved world peace. Internet Bloody Roar Extreme. All you need is the Japanese account and pay for a Nintendo subscription, and then everybody gets along. See, look at that. So even if we're talking about preservation in that way. At least there's a way to do that at a bare minimum of what we already have available to us right now when we're talking about the legal channels about how we can continue to enjoy and play Bloody Roar if we're given the option to do so. Let's get back to the fun stuff though. The Saga of Beastorizer. We can get this collection together because in this scenario, I have got all the money and the resources in the world to make this collection anything I want. So what do I want? I want everything. I want all the versions of the game. If there is a piece of concept art the world ain't never seen, I want it. I want all the soundtracks. I want everything. I want unlockable bosses. I want it all, baby. I want everything. So the answer to your question is I want everything. See? That's the end of the video. I like to, no. I say everything because I want everything because that's what you want. We should try to put some reality to the everything that I want. So, let's take it like this. Bloody Roar 1, Bloody Roar 2, Bloody Roar 3 all have arcade versions. I want them. I want them. Gotta have them. Gotta need them. Want them. Gotta have that stuff. If we're thinking about that, let's head back to Bloody Roar 1 and 2 real quick. If there is a version of the soundtrack, whether that's the PS Arcade 95 version, whether that is the upgraded version of those songs on the PlayStation games, or even the arranged soundtrack, I want them. I want jukebox mode, especially for Bloody Roar 2, because I love Paranoia Capture, because that is the arcade version of the character select screen. I want to be able to pick and choose what music I want, when, where, why, how, because all those versions of the soundtracks are available. I want that. So, other things that, because I'm here making demands, when we think about trophy support and stuff like that, because that gets into the Bloody Roar 3 fun thing that I want. I want you to have debug mode because I literally spent $50 years ago on a black box copy of Bloody Roar 3, the Japanese version, so I could play around in debug mode. And no, you should not go to places like Nico Nico and go see the weird and disturbing thing people have done using that tool. But you're going to do it now because I put that thought in your mind. But yeah, my thing is I want debug mode here. And the way that I want to do it is I want it to be unlockable. I want you to load up the Japanese version of Bloody Roar 3 and do the code to get in the debug mode, and then you get a message that's like, nah, it don't work here, but it's unlocked over here now, and you get a trophy for it. Speaking of trophies and all of that, you have to unlock everything, but there will be a tournament mode for the games in their online features and stuff like that, where everything is where all the characters and stuff are unlocked, except for the one thing that won't be, maybe you can flick that on and off because that happens in other collections, is playable Yuriko and Bloody Roar 1. Playable Yuriko and Bloody Roar 1, I want that. You know what I'm saying? If you gonna literally get into playing as Boss Shenlong or whatever in Bloody Roar 2, or getting into Uranus and unlocking Koryu in later games by bumping into him and stuff like that, I want all of that to be unlockable. I want you to go through all that because it's going to be easy to get the trophies anyway. Take a drink here. This video not spotted by Quick Trip, by the way, but I kind of wish it was. To have all that stuff unlocked. So so online you'll be able to play as all the unlockable characters as they are. But if you want it on your home stuff, you got to go online. You got to do the 1cc run to get Shenlong and Bloody Roar 2. You got to make that happen. The same thing for Uranus. You got to make that work. In versions where you have to unlock Kronos and Ganesha, you will have to unlock them because that gives you reason and incentive to come back to the game. For all my trophy hunters out there, we gonna make it easy for you because I know that stuff are things that are deal breakers about whether or not you'll purchase a game or not. So we want all of that to be in there for you. And that includes the stuff in Bloody Roar 2 and Bloody Roar Stream, all those little system options and all your custom stuff like that. There are even like custom options that we know about that weren't included in the game. They'll be there too. So we want, if it's an unlockable, we want you to have it. We want you to be able to get into it. Stuff like that. Like, I'm thinking of things like that I can get into before I get into the big thing I want to talk about next. For the PC version, there'll be my support. We'll gladly let you sit up here and sit up here and put Alice in something. We'll gladly let you because that's what it is that you want to do. So you know what I'm saying? Speaking of Alice, because I reminded myself that I need to say this, yes, here's your fun fact for the day. When it comes to Bloody Roar 1 and 2, the Japanese and the European version are the same, but the American version is different. And you want to know how I learned that fact? Because of Alice's schoolgirl outfit. So one of the trophies will be unlocking both of them in both of the ways you unlock them in the collection. So just so that you have that. One of the big, humongous things that I want is I want a redub for the whole series. I want to shout out Casey and them. I do because that dub was amazing. We should do everything we can to protect the national treasure that is Kira Buckland. She is our Jolene. So we should protect her regardless of that. I want Casey in that driver's seat doing what they do. Carte blanche to do whatever they want to do to cast whoever they feel like in the roles to redub everything that is Bloody Roar. We gonna get a Japanese dub. You want a Spanish dub? You want a French dub? Oh, yo, if you want to dub something, I got infinite money. Get your cast in there. Get them in here. Get them in here. I want them. I want them. Gotta have it. Gotta need it. Gotta want it. Get them in here because I gotta see that happen. I want that, and I know you would too. So it's like, yo, you never know, like how something like that can literally change the game. Speaking of other things that we want, we're gonna talk about this the dip switches section because I'm gonna call it that because I'm that dude. When it comes to the dip switches in the collection, we're mainly talking about whether her name is Sheena the Leopard or Marvel the Leopard because is Disney really caring that we calling the character Marvel over here? I don't think so. But for the safety thereof, that she might be called Sheena across all the collection if it comes into a legal thing that we got to do something about or things like that. When it comes to Bloody Roar 2 in general, is that in the dub and all that other stuff, there will be a Bloody Roar 2, the new breed, or a Bloody Roar 2, bringer of the new age. As an option, as a switch you can flick on and off. You will be able to flick the subtitle of whether you want the subtitle off or you want bringer of the new age. I'm going to do that because I love bringer of the new age as a subtitle. So I want that. Give that to me now. Give that to me often. The same thing for Primal Fury and Extreme. The version, because we're going to treat it the special version of Bloody Roar Extreme, the Japanese version, you will be able to cut off on and off what version of the logo you want. Do you want the CG or do you want the anime cutscenes? And you'll be able to flick that stuff on and off at will just so that you can play the version. They just came out with just words. They just came out with an English patch. I want Bloody Roar Extreme, the Japanese version, to have that English patch in this collection. I want that to happen. It's going to happen. It's going down. Gotta have that. We're gonna talk about Bloody Roar real quick because I gotta get in there real quick. I gotta get in there. Gotta get in there, right? So there will be a translation of the Japanese version of Bloody Roar 4. There'll be an English translation or any other version we translated. We will have the original English version in there. When I talked about the new dubs and stuff, if we can get them and can license them, all of the old original dubs will be there to preserve the original nature of the game. But I really think having, again, like I didn't say this, and if I did, I'm going to repeat myself because I can remember what I said 30 seconds ago, however long it was we talked about the damn dub, is that I want that dub to be an expression of what things are, but I want what was to be available to you. So whether that's the meme-worthy stuff of Bloody Roar 4 or you're lucky it wasn't a full moon, I want that to be available to you because forgive me, my comrade. Yeah, I remember all them damn lines. You know what I'm saying? You can, boom. I want all of that to be available. I'm like, I want this to be a celebration of how far the series and the community has come to surround all of it. So I want all of that in there. Again, like I said this earlier and I'm going to say it again. If it's something Bloody Roar related, I want that. I'm like, physical versions. If it's gonna be a physical version, I want this to be the greatest physical version of anything that could ever be because that's what I want. I don't know what will be in it. Maybe that picture of that lady dressed up as that cat girl because that's a Bloody Roar 4 thing you're probably not gonna look up because I've also put that in your brain. Is that if it's something I want it, I got to have it. I need it all the time. Gotta have it. So if it's anything, I want that. I want that physical version to be off the meat rackazonis, as my boy B Mac would say. I want all of that. I need it. Must have it. Again, I'm trying to sit up here and think, is there anything else? I'm like, yo, unlockables and trophies and debug mode and switches and hitting them and unlockables. We just said that word. I'm trying to think. I want to make sure that before I get out of here, that I'm not missing nothing on my list of Bloody Roar demands. You know what I'm saying? Of course. You know what I'm saying? Okay, Ashley, I think I said it, but if I didn't, I'm going to repeat it. One of the most important and major things, water break. One of the most major and important things that I want is I want each game to have a unified version. That's the version that is played in, that is for tournament play, so that people can sit down, plug and play at a tournament, load it up, and it's already set up, ready to go. We're talking about community agreed on. This is the version that we're playing. That this is the tournament worthy game. Now, to get into things that we could do. You want to talk about possible rebalances, remix versions, rainbow versions, stuff like that. Maybe down the line, maybe. But making sure that as a community that it can be agreed on, like, yeah, this is the version that's played in our tournament that's major. So that's the version that you play online and rank. That if you want to sit up here and go do something dumb over there in the corner, you can do that. But when it comes to rank, it's this one game that is the version that is being competed at all levels, no matter what, just so that there is a synergy and an evenness on that front. Because I want to get that out there. More water. I'm trying to think, is there anything else? I don't know if I said this, but I think I might have. But if I said it, and I'm going to say it again, my support. That's definitely something for my PC fam, that if we can find a way to do it like Fire Pro, like, you do something on the PC, you can download new costumes, and we can do that. I'm down for all that smoke too. Like new colors, new costumes, all that stuff. I want all of that. You know what I'm saying? Like if we can sit up here, I want to have as much community involvement that if it's my collection and I'm running the show, I want to have as much community involvement as I possibly can because I want this to be something we all can love, we all can appreciate, we all can get behind, and you get behind something more if you know that you are sitting up here and you are positively contributing to it. If you're positively contributing to it, it's going to make you feel better about what you do. I don't know why I randomly thought about this, but yeah, since I got all this money, a HTTB documentary. Get one of those in there. Like, have it. Water. But yeah, the Saga of Beastorizer, I need that. Because here's the truth that I probably should have said 19 minutes ago when it's 18 minutes in the video. At this juncture, Konami could do it if they want to. Look at what they slate is. We got Delta coming out any day now. Konami have been kicking ass these last couple of collections, excuse me, with the Dominus collection being what it was, and letting them sit up here and letting M2 do that Haunted Castle remake, with M2 the Gods coming back with the greatest collection, which will be the next episode of Shmup Gang proper if you're paying attention, as I get to salivate over one of my favorite franchises, no matter the genre, and Salamander, with that new Salamander 3 looking dope as it is. If the answer is handed to M2 the Gods, do it. If that is the answer to the question, hand it to the Gods, let them handle it. They probably could do a great Bloody Roar collection. They probably could. It might not be as feature rich as we would want it, but it can be done, because if anybody got anything to do with Konami and putting out collections into it, that's all they do. I'm still waiting on a Rebirth collection, but we're not going to get into that right now. We shouldn't, this is not the place for this. There's not a place for a lot of things, but me mentioning the Rebirth series is not one of those things. Also, things I wanted to mention that's been in my head, something about Evil Zone and a dub, but I don't know why I'm thinking about that right now. Oh wait, I'm an arrow stand. Never mind. Water. Anywho, this is a thing that can realistically be done. Even if with even in my version where I have to lower my expectations just a little bit. I'd much rather have the preservation, no matter how we can get it, versus the nothing we're currently getting. Capcom. Well, I'm a, yeah. What I was saying, like what I was trying to say, I thought like I'm gonna say what? No, Capcom didn't show the streets the work can be done. And it's like, and again, the collection finna get right back to them really soon about what they can do next with the future that they have with their collections going forward, because there is so much room for that. Konami has that same opportunity with Bloody Roar and their other franchises going on to make sure that these things are properly preserved, because the fans doing the work. Ain't no doubt about that. No doubt in my mind. They putting in the work. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. So even again, like I say, with lowered expectations of basically just being able to access Bloody Roar, to just do that, that's all I can really ask. My dream scenario is everything we discussed. The reality is I just want these games to be preserved, because that's what we should all want. We should be able to access these games in a way legally that makes it easiest for you to get your hands on. I'm not gonna sit up here and say that I don't respect that this community do what it's got to do from the slums to make it happen, because it is what it is. I just want us to be able to be a little better than that, to be able to be pop something in, yo, and you get that same experience all day, none of the slums included. This is something that I believe in heavily. I do. This is something that I do believe in heavily, and it's like the history of this movement, of whether we talking about Jeremiah Isaiah in the current present, or we talking about SEXER in that middle past, or am I talking about my own personal experience about how much this series means to me and how much I would spread the gospel about it, about this game is the work. We want, need, and deserve this as a community, as fans. We need this. Gotta have it. But I know at the same time, again, lowering my expectations and understanding things are what they are. I'm blessed to be able to access these games in a way physically that I still got the systems and the cartridges and the CDs and all of that stuff to do that with. But I understand the reason why you want your rollback net code and you want this digitally and stuff, because not everybody thinks about this from my point of view, from my expectations, from what I need, and I know and equally respect of what you need for you to continue to enjoy something you love. And I don't want to sit up here and do anything and disrespect that because I have a different outlook on it than you. At the end of the day, that even if we don't say it the same way, all we want to do is play some Bloody Roar and do it legally in a way that it can be words here, that we can properly support it, we can properly do what we can to continue it and properly preserve it for future generations, because that's what it's about at the end of the day. Water. I feel better. I feel better because I know I've done my due diligence. I've done my piece. I've said it. Konami, listen, bring back Bloody Roar. I'm like, yeah, this took as long as it did. It needed to. It has to, because it's important that you are aware of how I feel. That I am aware of how the community I'm a part of feels, and that I'm putting my hat in the ring right with them of, yo, let's do what needs to be done. Let's get together. Let's make a Saga Beastorizer collection. Let's collect these wonderful games that mean so much to so many so that we can do that. And maybe with this energy, combined with the energies of everybody else, that this will be a reality one day. Excuse me. Yeah, that'll do. That'll do. Regardless of that, we have got plenty of more show for you, so we probably ask you to sit back, relax, and stay tuned. Before we get out of here, I got one more important thing I want to say. Dear viewer, if you are one of those people who has in any way had a positive effect on the movement of bringing back Bloody Roar, screaming it out loud, saying you want a collection, running a tournament, changing the game, making a documentary, doing whatever it is that you do, from me to you, you have my eternal thanks and gratitude. From somebody who has loved this since he was been a teenager, who has fond memories of playing this with his family. I thank you for doing what you felt was right by making noise. You have my eternal respect for that. And I'm right there with you. And hopefully that maybe this is another step in the catalyst of getting what it is that we want, need, and deserve as fans. So sit back, relax, stay tuned. You know what it is that I'm is. I'm of course the one on the triple the G.O.D. You be you, you stay you, you love you, you do that. You come back, come get more show from us because we got it. And we indeed have it right after these commercial messages. Yeah, I think I covered everything that it is that I needed. But yeah, thank you guys for kicking it to me to the very end, man. Bring back Bloody Roar. More show.